landscapes. They're humongous.
So what inspires you about this location? You've painted it before.
I love painting this cabanon because it's very authentic. It has beautiful colors, gray shape. It's very old. The three trees that are in front of it are extremely old also, so their trunks are big. They have a lot of personality. The mountains in the background become like blue and purple in the late afternoon. There's always some clouds going by, and it's a beautiful afternoon painting. This is a painting which I did. It's a vineyard with the cabanon in the distance.
And what are the cabagnons?
Cabagnons are the structures that are very old where the farmers keep their tools, and if there was a big storm they used to take refuge in them. Now I choose my locations according to structure, color, light. Like here we see a little village. Right now the light is almost perfect because there is a few clouds and it's clean and clear, and there's a wheat field there, so that would be a painting actually. And we're gonna come pretty soon to a cabanon that I painted many times because it's perfect for painting at any time of the year. And it has big trees around it. We're coming to it pretty soon.
So how many times would you come to a location to finish a
At
painting?
least two times, and then I have to finish in the studio. So it takes me about 6 hours on location until I have all the structure and the idea and the colors. And then you remember things if you study them enough and painted them enough.
So this is your studio in Provence,
This is my studio in Provence.
and these are all works in progress?
Yes, these are all works in progress, and these are cherry trees in bloom, which was really hard because it was so windy. But I managed to do a few, and then the weather got nasty, then it got better, and then the coquelicots came.
So with your work you have to be on location, you have to see
I have to be on location, and I have to be on location with the same light around the same time at least twice for 3-4 hours. And then I can always finish in the studio after that. But I don't like using photos.
So these seascapes, are they nearby too?
Seascapes from Bandol, Côte d'Azur. I studied those three. And I like my new texture. I have a new texture. Hard to tell, but you can see it's much thicker, and even if they need work, it's coming the way I want them now. Slowly. I'm experimenting more with the texture this year, Paul. I'm trying to get, in this one you can see the texture too, see? I started with a few, and then the one with the big coquelicos has more texture even. Cabanon with spring flowers coming at the same time that everything was coming. The irises, the coquelicots, and the flower of Judea. Because we had so much rain that all the flowers went crazy and they all came at the same time. It's unusual. This is very unusual.
So when you're working, you're in one spot for many hours, and do you interact with the weather and the people there?
Yeah, and the bees and the flies and the spiders and and the changing wind. And this is a doorway. This is a medieval doorway. The owner is an Italian woman that takes care of these incredible roses. So I was lucky to capture. These roses are hard to capture. They go really fast, and this year they lasted enough for me to do it. So I stood across the street from this door, practically on the street, which is pretty difficult, but not much traffic. And here you can see more I think it's the new texture. I don't know. The light is difficult to see that one. It has a lot of texture, and this one was done in the same spot a little farther. It was getting very windy. And then cherries, because the weather got so bad, I moved indoors. The cherries and roses. Roses from the garden. And more cherries and And this is Eric's doorway, which is not finished. More roses from my garden.
So how long will you spend working for this show, this coming show?
The next 4 months, and then a couple of months when I get to Laguna to finish everything. Or as much as possible, I want to finish everything else. Apples.
So the building that we're in, how old is it? And how long
It's
have you
about
been here?
400 years old, and I've been here 12 years, often, part of the year, 6 months a year.
Well, thank you for sharing.
You're most welcome.